Yeah, we're going to go through this because it's purple. I want to strategically move up. Now, let's move on. How many elements are in my whole entire space that I'm going to be thinking about? 60. 60 people. Write it down. Now, people, when you see this, make sure you understand what is happening here. Okay? There is 4 distinct types of people. There's the people here in this red section. They are not overlapping with anybody. They're just those people. You have this section here in the blue. They're unique by themselves. You have this section in the green. They're unique by themselves. You have this section in the yellow, who are the people outside of the X and Y bubble. 4 distinct types of people. All right? So let's see if we can talk through it. Now, the first question asks me, how many elements can I find in the intersection between X and Y? When the intersection of X and Y, where do they overlap? Where do the 2 bubbles overlap? I see clearly there's 7 people there. Simple, right? How many are in the union between the 2 sets? Well, if I say union, what did Mr. Sean say? Well, we can do the 30 because 30 is going to be in X and add the 24 and get 54. That seem right? Or what did I say to you earlier about that? Don't do that. Yeah? Because what's going to happen here? You're going to add the 30, which means you add the 7. But then you're going to add the 7 again when you add the 24. You're double counting. Right? So let's first find the individual sections that we want. So the section that you saw me label here, that section, and this section, and this section, we're going to find each one of them. Okay? Now, people, in set X, there's 30 elements in total. Now we know, let me write the thing for him. Red, look in the red. This is set X. He has currently 2 sections. Section 1 here and section 2 here. Section 1 plus section 2 must equal to 30. We already know section 2 has 7 elements there. Okay? So can we find how much is going to be in section number 1? How much going to be there? It's going to be 30 minus 7, which gives me a total of 23, right? I think it's 23, no? Yeah? All right, so 23 are going to be here. You notice that the 23 plus the 7, give about the 30 on the outside. That's the little check that you want to have. Then we'll go again now. I will say, okay, well, I want to know this part here. How many is this part here? This is Y only. Him not share nothing with X, so this is Y only. Now, this 7 plus this other number here supposed to add to give 24. So we need to figure out what is that missing number, right? So then once again, we'll draw a little thing there. We're talking about these 2 type of sections here that make up Y. There's this section here, and there's this section here. They're 2 different type of people, all right? We'll talk about that in the last video. The 23 is here. So then now to find how much is the missing here, we'll take the total and we subtract how much we already know already, which is 7. And that's going to give me, what is that? I don't know. I'm going to do the maths to me. 17? 17. Yeah, 17, no? I haven't, yeah, I think that's 17. Want to check me, audit my maths for me, please. So I think that's 17, right? Then now, just like me tell Noah, don't stop there. Try and figure out, is there anybody that is outside? Yeah? So first, I have 23. Then I have 7. These are all distinct type of people. Then I have 17. Did this all add back up to 60? That's the question mark, right? So this and this gives me 40. 40 plus 7 gives me 47. I have not reached to 60 yet. So that must mean that there's some people outside of the X and Y. So then how many people are out there? Take the bigger number, 60, subtract this, how much you gone so far? 47. That gives me 13 people are out here. Okay? So make a note of that. That is the key thing about Venn diagrams like this, right? You want to make sure that you understand 23, 7, and then this I think it was 17, right? Yeah. So these are the 4 distinct people that I want. There's 23 people that are only having X. They're X only people. Then you have 7 that have X feature and Y feature. 17 that only have Y. They don't have nothing to do with X. 13 have nothing to do with X and nothing to do with Y. Those are the 4 different types of people you have. All right. So if I want a union now between the 2 sets, I say, well, wait. I just want all of this set X and Y added up. So I just want all of that shaded area that added up. So there's 23 plus 7 plus 17, which gives you the 47. Right? Now I'm going to go into another notation next. So I hope this makes sense. And this is how we're going to finish off for today. Okay? Now, when you see me do this, you see how this one says? I'm going to erase these 2. All right? Let's go to number 3 now. X and this. Look complicated. Our thought Noah, and Noah said, yo, that makes plenty sense. I want the elements that are in X and not in Y. Let's repeat it again. I want the elements in X. Put the 23, put the 17, put the 13. I want the elements that can be found in X. When you see an intersection, it looks like an A. So you say and. Got it? Just like when we did this, I wanted the elements in X and in Y. Right? So I'm going to say the same thing again. I want the elements in X and not in Y, because this is Y complement, so I don't want it to be in Y. So when you see Y complement, X complement, A complement, I want to say not in that set. Okay? So let's repeat that in words again. I want the elements. How many elements you can find in X that are not in Y? I'm going to repeat that again. How many elements can be found in X and not in Y? Well, this 7's here, he's in X, but he's in Y. We don't want that guy. We have this 23, he's in X, and he's not in Y. Because you notice the Y bubble is this Y bubble, you know? He's not in that Y bubble. So we want the amount of elements that can be found in the X bubble that cannot be found in the Y bubble. So this answer will be 23. I hope that makes logical sense in the brain. Make it, pause it, rewind it, anything you need to do to make sure you understand it, okay? So 23, 17, 13, right? I think that's what it was. Let's go to number 4 now. We want the number of elements that can be found in Y. Once again, you see the and sign again, and not in X. So what I want here, read it again to yourself. We want the number of elements in Y. So where's the Y bubble? Somebody tell me where the Y bubble is. Y bubble is right. Let it go. The Y bubble is here. We only have 2 group of people, you know. So they only can, 50-50 chance to get this wrong, you know. 50-50 chance. We want the number of elements that can be found in Y. So we'll just shade the Y. And it's not in X. Well, once again, this 7, he is in the X bubble. The X bubble is this. But we don't want that. We want the guys that can be found in the Y, and you can't find them in the X. So the answer here is 17. That makes sense? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. All right? Ready, set, go. Last one. 23, 17, 13. How much time am I going to write that over, right? Number of elements. And we're going to write again. We're going to say it again. What we're going to say to ourselves. Now think. Number of elements. Not in X. And not in Y. So if I'm not in X, I don't want to be in here. And I'm not in Y, I don't want to be in here. Who are those people that are not in X and not in Y? The 13 people on the outside. Yeah? That's the people that they're looking for. All right? Stay tuned for more. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if that was fully clear for you. Right? Welcome to Compliments. All right? See you in the next one.